Hello everyone, welcome to my Friday forecast. So let's get right into the market analysis, starting with the euro and US dollar. In the prior price action, what I'm seeing, we had this huge range and then we created this V reversal, so this volatility. And currently I'm staying out of the market because this can just signal to us a range and then a continuation down. So this is a common pattern where we get this V, then we get a small range, and we get a continuation of this second V leg, and then I would look for a short trade, either a flag pattern or some sort of break and retest pattern. But currently I'm not looking for a reversal right here because this is just showing me weakness. We broke the low, retraced, and since we do have this V, I am also expecting a larger range here. So maybe some people are looking at this as a descending structure and then for this to be a bullet reversal trade. But for me, this is just indicating a larger range and this is really not enough to look for any long trades. These two candles are just not enough of an impulse. So I would expect to maybe get a descending from here into an ascending, as I just mentioned. But we can also get a clean ascending and then a large push to a downside and then look for a short trade. Or we can get a large push from here, then I would consider a flag. Also what can happen, we can get more of a descending structure, then impulse to the upside and look for a flag long. But yeah, we can also drop straight from here, then I would also look for a flag because this is forming a small range. But currently just signaling to me volatility and ranging price action. It is also Friday, so it is very unlikely I will be taking any trades. But yeah, let's now move on to the euro and Japanese yen. This one I was actually in a trade, so let me take this back to this point. So what I was seeing this push to the upside. We had a large range here, then we pushed with one impulse, retraced, continued with that impulse to the upside, and then we got this V reversal. So after seeing this V reversal, I wanted to see if the price will actually continue in that direction or if it will just retrace back and continue ranging. So if it will just do something like on the euro, something like this, and continue with this range. And actually it did continue with the V reversal second leg. So I was then seeing this trend and I was seeing in the pullbacks that there is no momentum shift. So right here was the pullback, no momentum shift, here no momentum shift, right here also no momentum shift. Then we got this candle with a very small wick at the bottom and I was happy to place a pending short order. So then, because I was seeing this trend and volatility was in our favor as I was seeing it, and then I got tagged in and managed to reduce my risk right here after we broke the low, and then got stopped out for I think 3 or 4 pips. But yeah, that is okay. It wasn't really a high probability trade. Looking back at it, it was more of a valid trade because I'm now seeing that we just broke the low, retraced, then broke the low again and retraced. So this actually was not a high probability trade for me. For it to be a high probability trade, I needed to see one more candle, but I got distracted and saw this as a nice trend to a downside, so I was willing to get in. But yeah, it happens. It wasn't, I managed to reduce my risk, so that was good, but I think in hindsight that this actually did not fit my plan 100% and that I would not take it. But yeah, that is what happens. So currently I'm seeing this V reversal, and what I would like to see a range right here and a continuation of the second leg. So something like this, and then look for a flag. Same story as on the euro and the US dollar. Or maybe we get a descending from here, look for an impulse up and a flag long. Or we get an ascending structure from this point, look for an impulse down and the flag short. But this can also signal to us ranging price action. this can just create an ascending into a descending, and if I see that, I need to be sitting on my hands and I need to be really careful. Also, we can get an impulse trade from here, and if it's a large impulse, I would look for a trade, or we can get a large impulse also to the downside. I will also look for a flag, but as it is Friday, I don't think I will get any opportunities, and probably I will need to wait for Monday and Tuesday to see what happens. And I'm getting indication here that we are range bound, so as I said, V reversal usually signals to us a larger range. So now let's move on to the Aussie and US dollars. So the Aussie pairs, very similar story. So created this V reversal, then continued down, so volatility was in our favor, but at the end we broke the low, retraced, so we formed this smaller descending, just a second, we formed this smaller descending structure, signaling to us that this trend to the downside is actually over. And then we broke the high and got these wicks, so didn't break by a lot. Maybe some people were looking at a reversal right here. They were seeing the break of this high and then wanted to get in on a reversal, something like this, because they saw this descending. But to me, this was not enough of an impulse, and also it left a wick right here, so this definitely didn't fit my plan. And currently, what I can expect because of this V, as I mentioned before, I expect a range, then a continuation of the second leg, and a flag to go short. Or I would expect maybe we get more of a descending structure, impulse to the upside, look for a long trade. We can get just a range here, so just some ranging price action, definitely a possibility. Or if we get a nice clean ascending structure, nice impulse down, and a flag short, I would look for that trade also. But it needs to show me some clean conviction because of the prior price action, which is signaling a range. So this really needs to be clean. And now let's move on to the last pair. So the Aussie and the Japanese yen also had no trades, and it looks pretty much the same as the Aussie US dollar. If you look at it, if you compare it, we had this V, then a descending. Right here, same story, we had this V and the descending. Only difference is that, well, I don't see any difference, to be honest. So pretty much the same analysis. At the bottom also, we, as I look at the lows, yeah, so right here we also broke and retraced, which is signaling to us a range. Let me just move the lines. So yeah, we also broke and retraced, signaling to us a descending or a range. Then we broke the high, retraced, had no impulse right here, no indication that we want to go long at this point. If I take it back to this candle, maybe some people were looking at a reversal to the upside, but for me this is just not enough. This is just a really small impulse and it left this big wick, so definitely no trade for me. And currently we are ranging in this area. Since we broke the low, retraced, broke the high, retraced, I would expect range. And then because of the prior V reversal, I would expect a continuation of the second V leg and then a flag to go short. Or I would expect to maybe get an ascending structure, nice clean ascending, impulse down, look for a short trade. Maybe we get more of this descending structure, look for an impulse up and a long trade. We can get an impulse trade from here, look for a flag short, or impulse to the upside straight from here, look for a long trade. But this needs to show me some conviction and clean price action, since the prior price action is signaling a range bound market. And yeah, that is it. All the four pairs look very, very similar. Had one trade on the euro and the Japanese yen. It was I think a 2 or 4 pip loss. I have to check, but it was an okay trade, not really a high probability. So we will see what happens on Monday and Tuesday, because this is just not looking that good because of this volatility in the market. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next forecast.